Welcome back, subterranean factory builders. Today we'll be building biobricks and maybe getting into some structural mayhem. I noticed in the intermediates is this particular item, the biobrick. And if we look at the biobrick, it says compressed biomatter shaped for simplified storage and transport. Excellent fuel source. Which means we have more work to do because we need limestone. We need to take this plant matter and do some limestone, but it's done in an assembler. But I looked around and there's no limestone in this particular area of the map. But I know I've seen it. So I think we're gonna have to go hunting in the other area. And the real question is, how do we get that limestone? Because I have a lot from mining, but we need an actual like permanent source of it. Assembler power consumption. Well, I found another thing while looking around for limestone. Ah, there it is, the limestone. If we look at the map, we are here and our big room is over there. We are kind of up. I wonder if we could drill a hole and bring a belt directly in. A little time consuming, but it would work, right? Because this is limestone, right? Yeah, limestone vein. So we need to clear some of this space out. I see a light. Really high up. So what I think we're gonna do in order to facilitate this problem is we're gonna build a bridge. And I'll see you on the other side. We made it! Yay! There's our beautiful system running. Now it's gonna be a matter of, wow, that's rock. Can I get rid of that? I don't think so. All right, now that we're down here, ready to go and bring our resources down, we're gonna have to get limestone down here and fuel up there for the miners. So we have a couple options. One, we could have a belt that comes in and we could just, you know, have it easily set up for us, come all the way down. And this would work. This is simple, quick, easy, and straight to the point. Or we could do this. And this is something that early Satisfactory players will probably instantly recognize. I couldn't help myself. The belts, the big long line, did take up lots of space, so I decided to go ahead and do these spirals. I'll show you how I did it. So it was pretty easy to do. There's probably better ways to do it. This is what I just started, and this is what I stuck with since I did it. I would start with a power floor like this, and one just two away, and I would come up like that, and rotate. And that would do that. And then, luckily for us, the power floors will stand right over the belt, so I could easily add the next layer like this, and the same thing here, another layer like this, and then just continue to take the, and then you start from there, you bring it up, you bring it over again, bring it over, and you rotate this way, there we go, just like that, and you might have, depending on how you do it, you might have to rotate this guy, and then you just repeat that up. Now, I have belts going either way, and actually it's the same process. You would just start the same way, and then instead of doing it this way, you can actually, the nice thing about Techtonica is it lets you do belts backwards, which means you can just repeat the process, but go backwards. Coming down would probably be a lot harder just because building downwards is still a little difficult, but it'll probably get improved. So, and that's how I did it, and then I just removed the blocks. But I think I'm gonna put some structure back, because as cool as they are just floating there, I want a little bit of decoration, so I'm just gonna add a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, well, I've kind of got belts going up and down, and I added some scaffolding and a stairway to go up and down, because it was a royal pain. Try to make it look somewhat realistic, but it's kind of limited by all these belts I have here. That's okay. I think it'll work. So, stairway kind of ends here, but go up. There needs to be railings, and we're up here. Perfect. That's what we want. And these belts are here. And it goes all the way to it's going to go in this tunnel. The limestone's going to come all the way from way down there. We're going to run the belt over here. And it's going to go down, and we're going to have plant matter that's going to go back the other way and feed the miners until we have an electrical grid. So this will work, I think. I hope. And we're going to need something. Oopsie. Still stuff floating around, but nothing I can do. Yeah, I'll deal with this floating stuff later. Now we need to build maybe some assemblers right here. That'll do the job. I don't have any assemblers. So I think we'll build maybe some assemblers right here, and we'll see how fast that takes. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to do. Okay, give me a minute to run all this belt work, and we'll see what we can do. All right, I think we'll stop here. The fact that you can do this all in one run, that's fantastic. I love it. That said, we're going to need the biomass, which is going to come from here, and we'll run that one all the way back. And connected. Fantastic. Now, I don't actually know how much we're going to need. We'll have to test that out. Actually, you know what? All right, so I did some testing for the biobrick. Okay, so in the assembler, the biobrick recipe takes 10 plant matter and 4 limestone, and that will convert it into a single biobrick over the course of 8 seconds. So that means effectively it can consume up to 75 plant matter per minute and 30 limestone per minute for a potential output of 7.5 biobricks per minute. Also, I did some additional testing and found that the plant matter burns about 16 seconds in all machines that use it. So that means that 10 plant matter has about 160 second burn time, and I also tested a biobrick has 192 second burn time, making the biobrick 20% more efficient than our plant matter if we don't account for fuel burn being used to produce it. Keep in mind, just like in any early game, these numbers are subject to change by some game developer that likes to play around with an Excel spreadsheet. We are producing on each line, in theory, if our 12 number is correct, we're producing about 48 per minute. That's not being reused for fuel. We're actually producing a little bit more than that. So we won't get a full cycle, but I think what we can do is on both of these, we can have one assembler that'll take the plant matter we're getting, and we'll need limestone. Obviously, it's going to be a little less than 30 per minute as well. And we can have 2 lines that are producing the biobrick. And that'll be that'll be more effective fuel source than just the plant matter. So our fuel sources will go longer, and we can leave the last line for electric circuits. That means that we need to know how much limestone we're getting. And that's a test for our miners as well. Now, I don't know if the rates are going to be different depending on the ore type, so I haven't tested copper or iron yet. But when I was down here running these things, I set up the miners, and I timed everything on the miners, and it looks like they're putting out about 16.5 limestone per minute. Now, I tried it with both the mining speed, the 10% bonus off and on, and I got the same number. So I don't know if it's bugged, this mining drill. I was deactivated it, I reactivated it. I didn't know if it was maybe associated if you had it activated and put the miner down, if it didn't matter if you deactivated it. So I tried even deactivating it and putting fresh miners down. And I always seem to come out about 16.5 per minute. So I don't know if it's bugged or if I'm just, if it's so close, I'm just timing it wrong, but I think we would get differently. I would have assumed it was 15 per minute, and then it would be 16.5 per minute with the 10% bonus. So I don't know if it's bugged in some way, but this means we're getting, with 3 miners, we'll get close to 50 limestone per minute, which I think is enough. If we later went back and expanded our threshers to be 6 per line, and maybe we needed a little bit more, we can come back and add another miner to bring this up to 60. But I think 3 will work now, just save us some fuel. This line is obviously going to be the limestone. we'll have to use the, obviously, long inserters for the fuel that's going to go in from here. And we can pretty this up later, but this works. And then we have this long tunnel and our lovely conveyor lifts that we created. Oh, another thing I noticed is that I had to do some testing for power. I didn't want to use the crank. The cranks would have been a pain to deal with this, but I noticed the flooring was blue over by the terminal and it wasn't on my thing. So I connected the power floors all the way over here to the one here, and they all turned blue, which means they're powered. And then I tried putting down, to get a power menu, you can use a crank. Because this would have been a pain to maintain until we got water generators. But there's you can actually see the power menu, and we can actually see that we have 4,500 kilowatts available. So the terminal is providing us 4,500 kilowatts. So we don't need these cranks to power our assemblers. So we're good on power for now until we get to later tiers. So that's what we're gonna do. So at this point, our limestone, we need to send up some plant matter. We'll send up the biobricks as well, so we'll send some of that up. What I think we can do is just, well, for now we're gonna shave, we were gonna use this for electric circuits. What I think we're gonna do is we're gonna shave off a little bit of that and send it over for, nope. So we'll shave off a little bit of this and send it over for get the miner started, and then we will deal with, and then when we do circuits, we'll sort out our actual fuel. And so we're gonna go over like this and connect just like this. We need 7, we're making at least 48 per minute, which means a fast inserter can't work. So in order to feed all of it into this thing, we need to make sure that we have all of it coming out. So we'll have to do this. All right, so that'll get all of it out, and then we need somehow get it over here, like this. Kind of do the same with this one, put it in line right here. I think what we can do, I think this line needs to carry on like this. And then we need to be able to bring, oh yeah, we're gonna need fast inserters. Oh yeah. So this won't work. All right, so what I've done is I have 2 fast inserters exporting just like we have them importing, so that should give it full speed. And the plant matter is coming up over these 2 belts and coming down, so these 2 fast inserters can insert it into the assembler. The limestone that's coming down here, I have it moved over one line and then brought it down here, so these 2 long inserters can get it. Since we need 30 per minute, and I'm guessing since a regular inserter only does like 18 per minute, that the long inserter is not going to be any faster. So we're probably going to need at least 2 per minute, or 2 long inserters to get the 30 per minute we need. Although we're not going to be fully using 30, maybe 20-ish. Which I think is okay. So we'll probably need at least 2. And so I think this will keep it fed as much as we can do it. And this one's output's already full. So we're going to need now some output containers, and that'll keep our biobricks going in here perfectly. So we're going to be using everything we can on these 2 lines. It should be maximized. We're not doing 100% efficiency here just because we're not producing enough plant matter on each line, but that's okay. We can expand it later. But now we're getting biobricks. How cool is that? So we're going to be able to maximize our energy potentials and minimize our space. So that's fantastic. And our plant system is fully running. This is so awesome. I can't believe we got it done. we got maximized energy potential for now until we get fully electric. Okay, I think the only thing left to do is maybe decorate a little bit. So give me a minute. Okay, I've added a little bit of decorations. I didn't go too crazy. I started with a front gate fence for the fun of it. I actually went about 2 or 3 times taller than this, and I didn't really like it, so I shortened it. And I was just playing around with stairways and the power floors, because that's about all we got right now. And I threw some lights on top, and I think overall it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. I like this. Nice little entryway into our fuel factory. I added some of these power floors at the end of most of the flat parts of the belts just to sort of feel like it gives it some sort of termination. And I put lights on it. I created a few of these little light posts in a couple spots just to put a light up, brighten this whole place up. Same thing here, power floors at the end. You know, nothing, just simple stuff, just little decorations. I added some more stuff to the stairway, more lights. And then I kind of went nuts up here and added some support. And this was actually just sort of an evolution of one thing, that it just sort of happened. And then all of a sudden I liked it and I continued on. And that was over here at the bridge. I wanted some railings. I just think this looks so cool, the way it was over this hole, but I wanted some railings, so I just tried adding these stairways, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. And then I noticed that I could probably add it to the top, and I added these support structures and the lights on them. Because originally I just put lights, and then I was like, I added more. And then I was like, it looks really cool. And that looked just really cool, so I decided to just run it down and add a couple more support structures and just run it all the way down to the limestone miners we have here. And I added a little structure over the limestone miners, and this was actually the first door I did. I had to widen it a little bit because of the way the wall's blocked, which I think is kind of cool. It's like this, I didn't do it on the top because I didn't want it to erase this grass hanging down. I just thought it looked cool. It looks like you're at this nice little factory place, and this is like the doorway to the deep dark abyss, even though the terminal's just over there. So I was pretty happy with it. It's simple stuff, you know, but surprisingly, you know, it looks pretty good. I think it's amazing what the mole, it digs out just perfect thing, and this all just fits. And I love these purple things hanging down from the ceiling right here. So when you walk through here, it's just this nice bright cavern. Depending on how you're looking at it, it looks like it goes really deep. And it just looks really cool. I really like that. So, I don't know, it turned out really well. And I think that is where we're going to end it for today. We made a lot of progress. Well, we only did a little bit. We did our biofuel, but we went a little crazy on the decorating. A lot of structure. So that means next time we get to start on the actual factory. There's no more fuel to work on. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.